My guest today is young, pretty, and smart. What a wonderful combination. Her name is Kristy Decheva. Welcome to Stanley's New America.
Thank you for having me, Stanley.
By the way, you're in a way the ideal guest as an example of what this talk show is all about. Two reasons. First of all, you're a new American. That's another way to define someone who was not initially born in this country. Second reason, at this show we are trying to discuss ideas and to meet people who can really contribute to build new America, the America of the nearest future, much better than the existing one, which we know right now is at a crossroad of facing huge challenges, some of them even unprecedented. So let's start with where are you originally from?
I was born in the city of Petrich in Bulgaria. For those who don't know where Bulgaria is, it's in Eastern Europe, right next to the Black Sea, Greece, Romania.
In Turkey.
In Turkey, correct.
And I think Serbia? And how old were you when you arrived to Chicago?
I immigrated when I was 8, turning into 9 years old. I remember very vividly when I was on the airplane coming into Chicago, looking out the window. That was pretty much the only memory I recall.
Did you like the picture?
It was very cloudy, so I couldn't see much until we were almost landed, but I was fascinated. I was very excited.
And how did you feel? What were you expecting?
I just knew it was a new beginning, and my parents kept telling me this is the land of opportunity. They put that in my mind, and I was ready to just conquer. I was ready to go since I was 9 years old.
So you arrived with dreams.
Big dreams, exactly.
Big dreams. What can you say about the Bulgarian community in Chicagoland? Do you know anything about this community?
Yes, I know that the Bulgarian community is small. A lot of people know each other, and news travels very quick. When I had my title, the next day almost everybody already knew that I got the title of Miss Windy City. So the news traveled very quickly, which took me by surprise.
It's an organized community.
It is very organized, and also that is good also for cultural reasons. So when there's events, a lot of Bulgarians will participate and volunteer and take pride in our culture.
And how long have you been working as a model?
I started when I was roughly 18. I had a photographer reach out to me on social media and said, would you like to have a photo shoot? I didn't know, but I decided to give it a try. I liked it, and I continuously, I did it for about 1 year, and then I got enrolled in college, and I was very busy with work. I was working, and I was going to full-time classes, so I shifted my eye to promotional modeling for the time being. And since I graduated, I've been back. I've been doing a lot more of print modeling.
Do you consider yourself beautiful?
I consider myself beautiful in many ways. Physical is one thing, but it has to do with a lot more. And I'm not talking only about internal and being a good person. I'm talking about the way people handle themselves. Their poise, how they talk to people, how they communicate. Do they understand? Are they aware?
The body language also?
Body language, yeah. I mean, it's making somebody beautiful. It has to do with a lot more than just the physical and the mental. It's also how you act. So, you know, somebody might have really nice features, and their face might be very beautiful physically, and they have a perfect body, but you know, if their attitude is negative and they treat nobody with respect.
Attitude is very, very important in life.
It's very important. You know, nobody's going to want to work with that person. Nobody's going to want to be friends with that person or have any any connections to them. So I think it's definitely a mixture of things.
You're not only pretty, you're also smart, at least judging by your college degree. I know that in December last year, you graduated from University of Illinois at Chicago. Is that right?
Yes. So I graduated December 16th of last year, and right away I started looking for a job. And I was lucky enough 2 months later to land at a great opportunity at a business law firm.
And your degrees, you had 2 degrees?
Yes. I graduated with a sociology degree, and then about a couple months later I declared my second major, and I was able to finish it in 4 years.
Criminal
both of
law.
them, yes, in criminal law.
Why did you like criminal law?
So I worked with a criminal lawyer. I did an internship with him for about 1 year, on and off, just in my free time, looking at police reports, going to court. And I was very interested in it, and he also had a lot of very interesting stories. So that kind of dove my interest.
It looked like a movie you were
exactly
taking part in.
Definitely a lot different than the movies, but there was a lot of drama happening.
What was the difference?
Well, you know, the movies, sometimes they go overboard with things, you know, and in the professional world,
some exaggerations.
Exactly. Things don't work out quite like in the movies.
Okay.
But it was definitely, if you're looking for a thrill, criminal law may be what you want to go into.
You were the vice president of UIC Pre-Law Society. What were your functions in this position?
The functions had to do a lot with students and their interest in pursuing a law career. So it was run by 4 people. We had our president, the vice president, the director of communications, and the secretary of finances. So 4 people for the entire campus were running this. And primarily we would organize events, kind of like career fairs, but it was more like law school fairs, where students would come in.
So you were consulting students find their way.
Exactly, and providing information for them and practice for the LSAT, which is the exam you need to take in order to get into law school. So that was...
Did this activity help you in some way?
Yes, because I obtained a lot of information I didn't know, and it also guided me towards the job I have now. I knew where to look. I knew the good companies. It provided me with enormous amount of information that I would have never knew if I hadn't been a part of this organization.
Tell me something about your brief professional career, because nevertheless you graduated in December last year. You already work in downtown Chicago in a law company.
Yes. So I do legal assistance for a corporation in downtown Chicago. We have about 500 attorneys so it's very big. It's
a big company.
It's in fact, one of the largest in the United States.
But that's not in the area like of the criminal law. It's like business.
It's business, yes. So
how do you like this area?
I think it's very different. Criminal law had.
Would you pursue a career in that area?
Yeah, I think I could do both if I wanted to.
You can do both?
Yes. I think
criminal law and business.
And business, yeah. I think I could do both. I think that one has a lot more drama than the other, and a lot more heated kind of things that happen fast. You know, you must be a lot more to think on your feet, while business is a little more organized because you are working with.
I know one guy that, who would hire you in a heartbeat, Mr. Trump.
Mr. Trump. I don't know.
He's interested in both of those areas.
Yes, he is.
Or at least he has challenges in both of those areas currently. You won Miss Windy City Earth US 2018 crown a couple of weeks ago. Did you expect it?
Absolutely not. In fact, I went for what we call laughs and giggles. I went to support other girls who I knew in the contest. There was actually also a fashion show happening in the same night. So I modeled for the fashion show, and there they said that this year they're actually going to announce a new title for Miss Windy City, which they never had before. And that when they said
that the first year?
The first year, yes. Okay. And when they had announced that I will be getting that title, I was like, really, I didn't know how to react because I didn't have my friends, I didn't have my family there, nobody. I was very excited. But
some people might not be familiar with this organization and with this particular beauty pageant. Can you tell us some details from the kitchen of it?
Sure. Well, going into beauty pageants, you have to know your information. There's a lot of them. So you have your Miss America, Miss Earth, Miss USA, and then there's many, many international ones also that take place. So they're all different organizations and they function differently.
Did you have any previous experience with some other organizations?
I did, I think about 3 months ago, at the beginning of the year, I did Miss America. I went for my first time ever doing pageants. So I went in there blindly, not knowing what to expect, just basically going off the notes that I was handed. And I didn't do as well as I planned, but it was definitely a positive experience. And I knew next time when I go in, I knew what to do from that point.
And what's different now with Miss Earth US 2018?
So Miss Earth is a bit, they're different because one, they compete internationally, Miss America doesn't. And two, you are actually given complimentary preparation. So you will actually meet one-on-one with the director and they will talk you through it. Like you need to have this, this, and this. Done by this and this date. Like it's very organized, which I needed that type of organization to accomplish.
So you like the organization?
Yes, it was definitely something that grabbed my attention.
And do you have any specific responsibilities now when you're Miss Windy City Earth US 2018?
Yes. There is not many regulations and rules, but there's two.
Okay.
One is if you do have a local title, you must compete for state. It doesn't have to be in the same year as you win your local title. You can wait until the year after if you don't feel ready. But if you do plan on keeping your title, you should probably consider competing for state. So it's definitely a requirement.
Maybe that's the moment when we have to announce that in a couple of days, actually, you'll participate in the same beauty pageant on state level.
Yes. So I will be doing state. I decided I was ready. I'm like, I have the local title. Might as well move on to cover a little more larger land for Miss Illinois. It's definitely stressful, but exciting. And it's also exciting to know that I have the Bulgarian community kind of behind my back too.
So I think that this community can play a good supportive role.
Yes, definitely.
In your participation on state and then on
most certainly
hopefully on national level.
Yep.
Is there anything in the United States and globally which personally bothers you?
Personally, without getting too political, I would have to say that I wish the United States wouldn't take an isolationist approach, or in other words, saying
is this something recent?
Yes, with the Trump administration, America has decided to take an isolationist approach. So they don't want to do, the TPP was one of the examples.
But he is justifying that by saying that he wants to protect the interest of America and that he wants to make America great again.
Well, and that's one way to look at
America's
it.
First.
True, and a lot of people, will agree with that, and that's fine by all means. But sometimes you have to put a little bit more into global perspective because there is a lot of factors that play into that.
Yeah.
Without getting too specific into the other areas, I think that America should be a leader, and it always has been, and it should be that person before other superpower, maybe like China or Japan. They take the lead, because once that happens, America will no longer be that economic power that we are, because somebody else will take its place.
So what you think now is that the world leadership, there is some shift?
There's definitely shift. And I think it has been happening in the past 10 years, especially with China and Japan. Things are shifting. I don't know if it's for good or bad. We'll have to wait and see. But I think that isolating completely is not a good idea. I think that we should be more rooted deeply with other countries and trade with them more and do business with them more.
Hopefully we will not isolate ourselves to the extent of North Korea, for example.
Oh, no, that's too extreme. That's way too extreme.
No, I'm just kidding. What are your major goals in life?
Major goals, well, I already completed my bachelor's degree. That was definitely a goal I wanted to accomplish. So I have checked that off on my list. My next step would probably be to enroll in law school. So I'm expecting to get back to school by next year. So I have 1 year of that experience in a law firm, and also the previous experience when I was also doing my bachelor's as well. So that's coming up soon. And once I accomplish that, hopefully I will be a lawyer. And after that, I plan to work for the State Department.
Wow.
Later on.
You sound like an ambitious person to me.
I have it all planned out.
Good luck with all that. Can you, at the end of our show, can you teach our viewers one word in Bulgarian?
One word in Bulgarian that...
First of all, can you say something in Bulgarian so the people see how you speak Bulgarian, and then teach them one word?
One phrase in Bulgarian would be "Ubicham te," and "Lubov" is the word I want to teach everybody. So it's the word of love.
Isn't that a difficult one to pronounce?
I don't think so.
How you should pronounce it?
You should pronounce it. You should put your tongue on the top of your roof, "lu," and kind of make oval shape with your lip, "Lubov." And then the second syllable is pretty simple, "bov."
Great.
So
I think that's a wonderful word. I hope our viewers remember it for future reference. Great to have you on the show.
Thank you. Thank you for the invitation.
Once again, congratulations for the crown, and I wish you success a couple of days from now at Miss Illinois Earth US 2018.
Thank you. Thank you very much.